I'm ready whenever you are.
Same.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. It is episode 11. We're back for another week of UpUrXP podcast. It is your host, BlaiseMcBaine. I screwed up my own name. That's pretty sick. Just going to leave that in there. And with my co-host, Suave. Suave, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. I can pronounce my own name.
Yeah,
Um,
what's that like?
I don't know, man. I'm privileged.
You know what's
I'm
sad is that's
I'm not
probably
a
the
good.
first time I've messed up my name at the beginning of the episode. But then when I always have to think about when I say you can check it out at twitch.tv/BlaiseMcBaine, that's when I always mess up my name. It's like I try to say it too fast.
Yeah. It's always at the beginning and at the end of the episodes when you mess it up.
It's tough out here. It's okay though.
Dude, it
Uh,
really
I
is.
guess on a side note, for those that may be wondering, I'm going to start working on getting these on YouTube. I don't know if it will start at episode 1. It will. I think episode 9's on Twitch right now, so I'll highlight and download that, and I'll do 10 and 11 as well. If I can get the others up there as 2, I will. But we'll start getting those posted to YouTube for those that want to check it out there as well. But other than that, Suave.
Yo.
I know you're out of town a good portion of the week, but how are your games that you did play?
Overall pretty good. I'm looking back at my match history. We had that game where Boss was playing Robin, you were playing Athena, Gilly was playing Danza. My friend Scotland was playing Giannis, and I was playing Bakasero solo. I got against an Odin, and I was like, oh no, it's going to be rough. He can full clear wave, he can stun me, he can force me to ult just by pressing 4. Like, that's going to be rough. I ended up getting a few solo kills on him. I was having fun. Their E set was popping off, dude. I'm looking at the end game stats. She ended up with 30k more player damage than the next person.
Yeah, I remember that. She was insane. I
Mm-hmm.
still stick with E sets underrated.
Shout out to Edison Tries Smite, dude. He said goat. That
What?
that that man's got it. I also had, I think that same day, I forget who I was playing with. Maybe it was Scotland. I had a 14 1 and 10 Tsukiyomi game.
Ooh,
That
nice.
felt good. Let's see. And after that, then I went out of town, went to Chicago, watched the Rays lose 2 games. Feels bad, man. Um, I bought a shirt in the wrong size, so that
Oh,
feels
that's tough.
good. You know, I spent like 30 seconds looking at it to make sure that like the shoulders lined up, and I
Yep.
didn't bother checking if it was a male or a woman. So,
Oh, that sucks.
but at the end of the day, worst comes to worst, I'm gonna take some scissors to it and just make it into a tank top, I guess.
Yeah, that's always the
It's
solution.
yeah, it's just whatever. It was a good trip overall. Uh, 9 out of 10 city, pretty good, pretty good. Unfortunate to see everything that's happening with it. Hopefully they'll get all that settled. And I got back, played some Morgan Le Fay, figured her out pretty quick, popped off, held top damage whole game, every game. You know how it is.
Yeah, Joust was fun.
Uh, oh yeah,
And
oh
then I,
yeah.
and then I played her the game after, and I got solo, and I hated everything. I was like, oh, it's like getting ran at, but I'm not in carry, and I'm supposed to build slightly tanky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's always fun.
But I do think she's come. I think she's pretty balanced. I don't think. I mean, even the statistics that have come out so far on her, like, have
Mm-hmm.
been very much like her win rates, like right around 50%. They fixed her infinite slow bug, which was kind of insane. But and like she had a 50% win rate with an infinite slow bug. Okay, I don't think she's broken. I think I think part of it is too. I think she has a pretty high skill ceiling with an easy skill floor.
Yeah, she has a really low skill floor and a really high skill ceiling. So that means it's pretty easy to get into her. Um, that's what he said, I guess. And it's pretty. It like You can get pretty good with her too.
Oh god, dude.
Sick.
Oh, dude, it took
I
like a
really,
it took like a whole like 20 seconds for it to click. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh god, oh,
yeah,
oh no,
we're out here, chat.
oh man.
Yeah, she's been pretty fun. And we had those conquest games tonight. I was popping off in jungle. I was feeling myself.
I had fun the
Uh,
first game.
I'm sure you did.
The first game, I just kind of ran at him. The second game, I ran at him for like the first 5 minutes, and then like it just went downhill, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Hoyi's bad. I stand by it. I don't think he's good.
He is definitely not bad.
I mean, he's definitely like also not good. I feel like he's like in that meh category.
No, he just has a pretty high skill floor as far as conquest goes.
I just don't. I don't know.
Like you got to be good at the character to make him work in conquest.
I feel better about Uller than I do about Hoyi, and I don't think that's going to change by me playing more Hoyi. I think I'm going to feel about the same about him. It could also
You're,
be the matchup I was in, but like I just don't think. In general, I just like cool. I got out of like I did the best thing I did tonight was when Kerberos blinked in. I actually leaped up, got out of the ult and out of the Cupid ult. But like, cool. Like, I still died afterwards. Like, it didn't do anything other than that for me. I don't know. I just don't like. I like obviously the bounces are cool, and I don't know. I just don't. His kit just doesn't feel good to me. I was talking about it before the podcast. I think my biggest issue with him is the way his attack speed feels. Like his attack speed plus his abilities, like it just doesn't. So I think we looked at it. There's 5 gods, including Hoyi, that have 0.96 attack speed and lower. X-Ball, Uller, Medusa, and then Honor has 0.92, and then Hoyi. So those 4 of them have 0.96, and Honor has 0.92. And I think out of those gods, he feels the worst because all the other ones either have a stem or a way to clear the wave without having to use 2 abilities to hope you like hit the enemy god, stun them, and clear the wave. I don't know. It's and
you don't have to go for the stun if you want to clear.
right. I mean, you could hit them with the 2 and have them walk away. I mean, that's cool. But like
Yeah,
my
then you
my
pressure him out. You don't. You
my
just
one
don't
my
go your
one
one.
still wasn't clearing at the point we were in the game, and I was maxing my 1, and I still wasn't clearing the full wave. So maybe it's the fact that we talked about was Bluestone the move. Maybe Bluestone wasn't the move. I don't know. I just don't. I'll spend some time messing with them
You just
because
didn't level up fast enough. The minions were scaling too hard.
yeah,
If you stay at the rate that you should be able to, if you're not getting sat on, then
I
you
don't know.
can. It still like doesn't clear, but it does so much damage on the second and third hit to where it's okay. It
Right.
doesn't have to
If
go
you're
to
in a
one
team
shot.
if you're in a team fight, cool. Like if you can get the double bounce on people in the team fight and stuff, awesome. I think he feels fine then. That's why I said earlier. I think in the early game, like when you're in lane with your support, he feels good. But as soon as it becomes a 1v1, if you don't have a potential to be able to hit the bounce on somebody, like I hit one bounce that the Cupid barely lived. That felt good. But I can't like the fact I can't clear minion wave doesn't feel good to me. Like
Simply build Odibo.
yeah, I said that too. I said maybe maybe I just rush Odibo. That's what I said before podcast. I don't know.
That was dumb.
I think he just died. Yeah, you're like I'm in a boss fight. Um, I just don't think he feels great. I don't know. Any other games that you had, Suave?
Uh, Unrelated. I was sitting in center field for the day game, and I was like maybe 9 rows back, and there was a guy on the bigger end. He was just like, I don't think he was drunk at any point in the game, but he was just kind of knocking beers back, right? And then he's just like yelling insults at our center fielder Kevin Kiermaier. And then in like the 5th inning, Kiermaier turns around and he gestures for him to like stand up. and the guy stands up, and then Kevin just starts doing like he just like starts imitating doing like ab exercises in the air. Like he does some crunches in the air. He does the like knee
Oh
up
my
to
god.
elbow, and then after that, the guy just the guy just started cussing him out and started yelling about his wife and stuff, and it all just devolved so quickly, and everyone went from laughing at the comments to laughing at the guy's absurdity.
That was insane. People are
Oh yeah,
crazy, dude.
oh yeah,
Some people, you go to sporting events. I remember I went to a football game a while back,
oh yeah.
and
It's always
like
bad at NFL games.
there was a guy just like screaming and yelling at my stepdad, and he was like, "Dude, there is kids right here. Like, what is your deal? Like, calm down." And the dude just kept going in, cussing up a storm. I was like, "Dude, this guy's crazy. Like, how they let this guy in?"
It's NFL games, man.
Yeah, they
They're not they're not child friendly,
no, no, they are
but
not.
they never have been though. So
Yeah, it's a little wild, a little wild. Um, so after we recorded last week, I hopped in. I don't remember if it was ranked or not. I hopped in a game with Gilly. I think it was ranked because I got
yeah, I think
support,
it was.
and
I was in the call.
I was Jing Chin. I don't remember who Gilly was on, but we were popping off, and at one point, I just get all the setup in the world for Gilly, and I hear double kill, triple kill, quadra kill, and I go, I make sure I do my up down, get the guy locked down, and I walk away. I'm like, this is Gilly's Penta. I'm not touching this man. Our Arthur ones kills him and takes the Penta away. And I think he said that's too bad afterwards. And I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, it's an auto. It's a single auto. Like, get over yourself. Anyways, we won that game, but still sucked. That was over a pyro too, I think, that happened. Like we caught them. It was pretty sick. And then we played another game, and I was Chiron, and I fragged because Chiron's dumb right now. Which leads into Monday where I played more Chiron, and I won because he's Chiron and he's dumb. I like if you were in ranked games right now and you're not first pick, and you're like, do I want to deal with Chiron? And the answer is no, I don't want to deal with Chiron. You should probably ban him because he is probably the easiest first pick carry right now to go with. Like if I'm carrying on first pick and I have to take him, I'm going to because like his counters are he plays well into everything. I mean like obviously like Ymir wall, cool. But if you ban Ymir, that's tough. I don't know. He just feels really good in every way right now.
Pretty sick in mid as well.
Yeah, and he's a flex pick. Jungle, I don't know, maybe. Support, sure. He has a
No,
cleanse. He has a cleanse and a knockback.
does not feel good. Full tank jungle. I tried that in a randomizer game. Did not feel good.
Solo, I mean, you know, you got a cleanse, you got a knockback. Maybe I don't know. But definitely
Get those blink plucks.
get those blink plugs. And I forgot to mention it last week, but I started playing Hades again because Boss was talking about how he's been playing Hades, and so I started playing again last week. I basically started over, and by Tuesday, so I think I started on like Saturday. By Tuesday, I'd finally like completed a run and beat Hades, and I was like, yes, feels good. If you have not played Hades, that game is sick. It's a roguelike. The music is insanely good. There's a bunch of extra like content after you beat a run. There's just a lot of diversity in builds and stuff in the game. It's really good. And if you like mythology, there's a lot of good like mythology bits in there as well. Leading into Wednesday, Naraka Blade Points demo came out. I think I mentioned last week that I was kind of excited for that after the E3 announcement. It's coming out August 12th, I think. So I've been messing around on the beta for that. And they've been having some issues with like the game's not running as well for some people since the last beta when it ran well for them before, but like the game's still good. Like the character customization is insane and it's just fun. Like the fact that you can parry and disarm someone in combat like in a game mode that has 60 people in it is kind of sick. I also had some crazy games with boss and ranked. We ran so I don't remember who our solo picked, or our solo picked Artio, and I was like, all right, boss, do we want Achilles or Mulan? We're doing the Warrior special. So he has Chiron, I go Achilles, and by the time 6 minutes hit the clock, we had 9 kills in duo lane. Uh, like, I think it was like 6 minutes in, and Cupid was, or no, at 4 minutes, Cupid was still level 2. I think we killed him 3 times when he was level 2. I went upgraded Sunder. I just absolutely mollywop people on Achilles. The end of the game was I was 8-0-13, and I didn't swap over to armor stance until 19 minutes and 40 seconds. Like, I was in attack mode the whole entire time. And then we had a game after that where I was Chiron and he was Yanis, and like we both fragged, but if I remember right, we didn't win the game. Like, our team just didn't pan out well. Thursday night, I did a cast of Ground B&B, which is a team that composed of Sir Bossalot, which is Boss, Sir Embers, Baseball, Gilly, and Bats Kid. Sorry, I always call him Bats, so I was trying to remember the other part of his name. I was like, Bats, what's the other part?
Bats boy.
And then they played against Copper 5. Those games were super fun to cast. If you want to go check them out in the VOD, they're up. And I'll probably make a highlight of them and post them under Smitecasts, which will be in a collection on Twitch, but I'll also eventually post to YouTube. Ton of fun. Embers was frying over in in solo, and Baseball had just a ton of zone control. Game 1 and game 2. I mean, it was just insane. They played really well, and then I don't know, man. Boss got Yanis game 2, and that was GG's. They should have just called it at the beginning of the game. Then I ran a ranked game where I went King Arthur, and I was against Al Kwong, and I got farmed for the first half of the game. Then once it came to team fights, I was popping off. Other than that, I ran some jungle to try to prep for the Lermy Wormy tournament, which leads into Friday. And the good part about Friday is that's when we did Father's Day, since my wife works tomorrow, which is Sunday. So we went and did a bunch of Father's Day stuff. I got like new running shoes, and I got new sunglasses. I picked up the new PC because my old PC was having a lot of issues. If you've been watching streams recently, you know I crash during ranked games. I'll crash and lose the stream. There's a lot of problems, but that was just a bad day of Smite. Like, last night, I haven't been that mad at a video game in a while. Like, I think I went upstairs after the tournament just like irritated about a Loki in Arena, and I went and made a coffee for comfort, ate dinner, chilled with my wife, and she goes, "Hey, you should probably just not play any more Smite tonight." And I was like, that's probably a good idea. So what do? I come downstairs, and Suave was like, "Hey, do you want to queue some casuals?" And I was like, I don't know about that. He's like, "Well, I want to try Morgan Le Fay." I was like, if we have a group, I'm down. So we go into Joust. We had a good time. We go to Conquest. Terrible. I went and played Naraka Blade Point for like an hour and a half after that and had a good time. I mean, I got farmed a couple times, but like Smite was not it. Smite just like, and I was still upset afterwards. Like, I haven't been that irritated with a game in a hot minute. Then it comes to today. So I've already talked about our games, but what we haven't talked about is our topics of the week. And we have a couple different topics of the week. The main one we're going to talk about is SPL Playoffs. Yesterday, Leviathans and Scarabs, I think, was the games, and Leviathans won pretty handily. And then it was Tartarus Titans and Jade Dragons, I think, was the other game. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Jade Dragons won in a 5-game set. Like, it went all 5 games. I really thought Titans were going to take it, but they didn't. But today was fun because we had Leviathans versus Bolts. And I've mentioned before that I will vote for the Bolts, even if it seems like they might lose. Well, fun fact, I didn't get to vote at all because I forgot until I was out doing errands this morning. But I hopped in on Discord and was chilling and watched the games. It was like me, Suave, Kenny for a bit, and then later on, I think during game 4, I chilled and watched it with Boss. Um, dude, Bolts won, and it was because of Lasbro and Haddix
Dude, Chaddix.
or Ladix.
He won game 2. The Guan,
Yeah,
dude, he won. He won. He
I,
won.
like it was insane,
Dude,
dude.
they just troll picked game 1. Like,
Oh,
no
game 1
biggie.
was bad. Game 1, they got absolutely when they got stomped. Game 1, and I was like, all right, well, now we're gonna win the rest of the set. And part of me was like, I really hope we do, because if we get stomped 3 games in a row, I'm gonna be kind of depressed.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
the Bolts just like you can tell, and I was talking about this earlier today, that like in game 2, as soon as like they get comfortable and like you see them like smiling and laughing, the game's over, dude. Like they're probably gonna win that game. Like it's just like when their mental is in the right spot, they're almost unstoppable. They're playing out of their minds. There was a play today where, oh, what I think Lasmer went in early. Oh yeah, yeah. So Leviathans go for fire. They wrong you ults over as Horus to fire. Why bolts are finishing Gold Fury. So Lasbra is like hauling across the map on Gilgamesh, which he's insane on, by the way. And he gets them to come off of fire and waste time on him. Haddix gets there, and Haddix is in there getting beat up on. And next thing you know, the rest of the bolts show up and they just wipe Leviathans. And I was like, what? Because if you watched bolts last year when they were renegades, like their biggest issue was these like fire giant pit fights. Like they would just lose them all the time. It was really infuriating to watch. And today it was just like a whole different story. Like Lasbra and Haddix being able to dive in together, it is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. I don't think I have anything else to say about it. I think Venenu did not play as well as he did last week, but he played good enough to, get them through the set. I thought Jake played pretty well. And as Barra said, the backpack was pretty comfy to get carried in today. So he had a tweet about it. The other
His
game,
Twitter has been so interesting, like the past
oh
week
dude,
and a half.
yeah, he like tweeted. He goes, "Up, well, I was live earlier because I forgot to tweet it out," which I completely blanked on and forgot to tweet out when I started the stream tonight. So I can't
It's
really
just
say
a
anything,
Barra moment.
But yeah, just do my best Bear impression. Yeah, his Twitter's been hilarious.
The Jake video.
Wait,
Did you see that one?
no, I missed it.
That was from like a week ago.
Oh, I need to go watch that.
He posted a video. I'll send it to you. I sent it to baseball.
Okay, yeah, I need.
It's
to see
not. Yeah. All right. Let me pull it up.
Our other game
there you go.
was the Jade Dragon Jammers versus the Oni Warriors, which after last week of watching the Oni Warriors, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be a good set. And then they proceeded to get stomped 3 games in a row. Like, it wasn't particularly close at any point. I think
confirming once again in everyone's mind that Nika is the only player on the team.
I just don't know, man. Like, it was just wild. I think they lost in picks and bans every game.
Like, they're so good, but they troll.
Yeah, and that leads me into one thing. So it's been controversial, is probably the correct wording to use here, that they brought Taco back to work on with the casting crew. But Taco's feedback and analysis and analytics on desk has been like spot on the past 2 weeks. Like, it's been really, really good. And if you're an experienced player and you hear her talking about this is why they're picking certain picks into these gods or what they should watch out for, like, she's almost always right on what they're going to pick, or, has the reason why this is going to happen for comp reasons. And I think it has been a good fit that they brought her back to fill that position. I think she's done a great job. I'm actually glad they gave her a second chance. I know that the drama that happened before does make it hard for some people to be like, well, go back and look at this, and it was a crappy situation. I get it, because I was around when those comments were being said, and that part sucks. But I do think she has like really turned it around and done a good job. I do. I think having her on desk has been great.
I agree. I think she's been doing pretty well, and especially right now, compared to like the years past or the glory days, I guess, what you would call like seasons 1 through 3, back when at least 75% of the casting crew was like from high diamond masters, um, and they would like frequent the pros chats and streams and stuff and talk to them a lot and get a whole lot of info, so they'd be like up up to everything. Right now, it's what Mifflin self-proclaimed washed. He's
Yeah,
like stuck in
Wash console world's player.
he's he's stuck in like high plat, low diamond. Like he has a good understanding of what's going on, and so does Aggro. Hindu's always been like low diamond, but he has a good read on the game. But Dolson and Gore, like, I mean, they're good at what they do, but they don't necessarily have the insight that a higher level player is going to have. And Gore looks at it from a different way, which is refreshing and nice and new and all. But he can't. He like he's missing stuff. Most notably was, I want to say, game 3 picks, or I forget what game it was, but like I think Hurry Wind, or they picked Tiamat first, and then Gore was like, "Yeah, they're gonna pick the Giannis here." And then
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just thinking, no, they're
no,
not
he did.
picking
He slipped
Giannis.
up. Yeah, because
I
Taco
was
called
like,
him on it. She's like, but they got Tiamat already.
no, she said that too. She said that too.
Oh, did she?
And
I thought she called him.
yeah, no, and I forget if I was in call or if I was at work listening to it, but I was thinking like, no, they're not. They already picked a mid. They'll pick it third before the bans. And then like 5 seconds later they pick not Giannis, and Gore's like, wow. And Taco's like, oh wait, but they already have a mid laner, so you know that
Yeah, I mean,
like
like, there's the possibility if it gets flexed, but like, we just haven't seen
it's
an
not getting
XPL. Like,
it's
like
not
it shouldn't.
it's
It
not.
shouldn't. But like, could it? Yeah. Should it? Not in SPL. No.
It would be if anyone did it, it would be the Dragons.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't know. I think I like. Look, man. Shouts to Gormizer for the Blues Clue notebook. I just love it, dude. It's my favorite thing. And also all the stats he puts out, man, is kind of insane.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's new.
Yeah. But other than that, like I just think that was something I wanted to bring up, I guess,
Yeah.
per se. And then I was also, so me and Boss had a discussion earlier about like top players in each role. And it was more specifically like we were talking about like Rongu, and we are talking about Veneni, like we were talking about Bolts Leviathans and like who we thought was where. But then I was like, why don't we figure out like what are your top 3 players in each role? And I think we start with solo, and then we'll do jungle, mid, support, carry, just like you would see like on the rosters for casts.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first for solo, or do you want to go first?
I can go.
Okay.
Are we saying up until today or including today?
You can include today.
For solo, I'm doing Fino, then Haddix, then Nika.
Interesting. I think it's Haddix, Fino, Nika. But I don't know. And me and Boss talked about this. I think Haddix and Fino could swap back and forth because
Yeah.
if you look at like last week's play, or even yesterday, look at yesterday's play where Fino's like on Primal by himself trying to solo it as King Arthur and then gets picked, which then leads to...
I didn't get to watch yesterday.
Okay, well basically he gets picked, Jungle gets picked, and then they basically lose. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, this is some stuff we'd see in my rank games. Like, and I'm not in a good rank, so like, that's a problem. But I
I
do.
guarantee you, Hindu was like, "Hey guys, take this to 5 games. It's in the script."
It's in the script.
And then
Um,
Fino's like, "Bet I'm
I
taking
got you.
Primal Fury.
Yeah, I got you.
This
Um,
is mine. I'm soloing
when
this."
he went to go solo it, I was like, there is no way he actually solos this. I think he got down like I think he took like 25% health off of it. So I mean, he did like I mean, he was there chipping away, spinning around like a Beyblade. Um all right, so for
Okay.
jungle, oh man, dude. Sam, see I don't know cuz Sam's hit or miss. I think jungle's a rough role right now.
I think Sam's more hit than the rest of them.
I
I
do
think
too.
that I think that Sam and Twiggy have been the most hit,
I think
and then
Sam I want to say I want to say, see, I don't know, because Scary D's been up and down too, man. But man, he popped off like a week or two ago.
he is way too hit or miss. For a power ranking, I don't
Yeah,
think I could put him high.
I think Sam. I think Lasbra is in top three. I think he's probably third though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Laspra third. It would be between Laspra and Panatom. Honestly, they've been playing the exact same as each other.
Oh yeah,
They're
Panatom. Yeah,
interchangeable.
yeah. Sam, Panatom, Lasbra. I think, and I think those like 2, 3 could split there, just like I said with 1, 2 before. That'd be my top three.
I'm doing Sam Twig and then Lasbra Panatom interchangeable because honestly they've been playing the same picks the same way at the same level. So like they are currently the same player. Honestly, they've kind of been just like in their play styles, they've been the same since last year. They've been really hit or miss, and their team success has all kind of been on whether or not they show up. So I think that they are the same player.
I want to say I think jungle's hard to determine because I think layers is really sick too.
I
But
think that Layers is sick, but I
I just
don't
think
think he's
like
been popping. Same with
no,
Johnny.
yeah, I just think like they're like they just haven't been able to make as much of an impact consistently as the others.
Dude, Johnny's sick.
What about for
That
mid?
guy's so good. Uh, let's see.
I think
Um,
I know my top two. I don't. I have to think about a third. No, I know my top three. I know my top
I'm
three.
saying Ven's top. Eh, eh. Are we counting playoffs? Yeah, we're counting playoffs, right?
Sure, yeah.
I think
I will tell you, Vin's not in my top three.
Ben's not in your top three.
No.
I didn't get to watch yesterday, so I'm on the fence if I want to put Hurry up there. I think Hurry's kind of overrated. But I know it. I know. I think I'm doing Shinto first, then maybe Paul, then it probably either Ven or Hurry.
See, I didn't even. My number one, and this is because Boss reminded me, so shout outs to Boss. I think Big Man Tings is the best mid laner.
BMT is sick, but he's been having a rough year. Like he has not been performing, and I know it's Ping, but like
Yeah, I still think he's sick. I still think he's. I would say Big Man Tings.
come land time, it's gonna be
Oh, yeah, he's.
BMT, Dardes, and Paul.
Yeah, I think. Right now I have Big Man Tings, and my brain slipped up. I had Paul in
Shinto,
third. Hurry, Paul.
no Shinto.
No Shinto.
Hmm.
I think Shinto's good. Like I think in some cases he's better than Paul. Like right now. Um like I could say him and Paul are kind of interchangeable, but I don't think Paul has been playing up to what he normally does, but usually this is what he does. But like I'm based like Shinto today didn't play as well as what he normally did either. Like I don't think I don't know. Leviathan's just looked off. But they did
Mm-hmm.
last year in season 1 playoffs too.
This is how they've looked every time they've been in lands, just in
Yeah.
general.
So what about support?
Oh boy.
Yeah, support's rough, dude.
Well, I gotta put PBM up top. Like,
Yeah.
I want to put Jake up there, but he's just been like he's been doing really well, but he's had more off games than the rest of them, I think, of the top. So I think I'm gonna have to go PBM, and then I'm gonna go Ronnie because Ronnie's been popping off too, and then I think I'm going genetics because even with the ping diff, he's still been looking top four.
Dude, genetics is sick.
Aurora's been kind of inting. I
Yeah,
didn't get to watch yesterday.
it wasn't good.
Bobby's been playing pretty well, surprising. Well, like not surprisingly. Raffer's washed as hell. Don't get me started. And I think Neil got lucky the last 2 years. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's Rongyu, PBM, and then the name slipped my mind. Who was your third? Who's your?
Genetics.
Yeah, genetics. I think that's top three. I think you could make an argument for Jake, um, because he has been playing well. But yeah, I think that's my top three for sure. Like I think Rongyu is insane. Like I just do. PBM nuts. So yeah, Raffer, dude. So me and Boss were talking about Raffer earlier. I don't want to hate on Raffer too much because of ping, but like some of the plays he's been making, like ping's not the issue. And me and you talked about that a
Honestly,
couple weeks ago. Like, ping's not the reason he's having problems.
I don't know. Like I love him and I love Emilito, but they just kind of haven't. They, I don't know, dude. They're trying to play season three. Like
Dude,
they're stuck in their glory days. They're
it's
they're trying to
bait,
run it
dude.
back to high school.
There's like, look, this first split doesn't matter because our ping, but next split, like, we'll play the real picks.
See, as much as I'd love to think that,
Uh,
I don't see why I don't see how the team would do any worse if you tossed in Wowie as ADC and then literally any support from SCC. I think the
uh,
team would play a lot better.
I don't know. We'll see. I think once they're off of ping, we might see a difference because I don't know how
Wowie's
much.
overpowered.
I just don't know how much that's how many issues that's causing even with comms. No, WoW is nuts, dude. We played against him. He's insane. I
Oh yeah.
I have never been hit faster by 3 Rama snipes in playing Smite ever. He went up, and I immediately got hit by all three. It was nuts. I was like, does this guy have aimbot on? Like how? It was like boom, 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 and I was dead. And I was like, wow, that's insane. WoW is nuts, dude. He's nuts.
Dude, he's been my favorite ADC for multiple years. He's been my favorite ADC since his CERN defense.
Yeah.
Like I saw that and I was like, who's this guy again? I was like, oh,
Okay, so what about
so you're a
carries?
noble.
Oh yeah.
Um, Yarkor,
Yeah, I think Yarkor's number one, and it's not close after that.
Vote's not, Amel's not, Zap is not. Dude, I want to say Cyclone. I didn't get to watch yesterday. I
Oh my god.
haven't I
Okay,
haven't gotten
so
to watch
so
yesterday.
Cyclone
I've heard about the Gold
yesterday,
Fury.
like I he's number two, dude. And like the problem is like Yarkor's is better than everybody else. Like like Yarkor is just nuts. And it's not that everybody else is bad. Yarkor is just playing out of his mind. Like
I think that after 20 minutes he's playing as well as he's not playing better than anyone else. It's just like the pre 20 minutes he's
yeah.
playing better. He's just better at 1v1ing.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's because most ADC players aren't that great at 1v1ing because it's a lot more farm focused, but solo lane is focused on the trading. It's about playing off your health bar, what you can do versus what they can do versus what you can take kind of mentality, and Yarkor has that down, whereas the other ADCs don't.
No, and I
And
agree.
he has the mechanics to back it up.
There was a play today by Barra where he ran in on Yarkor for the solo, and right as he was getting ready to land the last auto, he got his Aegis off, and it saved his life, and Barra died. And I was like, dude, Barra went for the 1v1 play and lost because of Aegis. That's unfortunate. Um, but yeah, I think it's Yarkor, Cyclospin, and then like, I don't know, dude, Barra. But like, I think Barra's been playing. I think Barra's been playing consistent for his team. I don't think he's been playing crazy out of his mind. But I think
Agree.
he's been playing the role that his team needs him to play.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was talking about So when me and Boss like brought up this idea of like we're just like talking about people and their roles, which led me to this earlier. Like
Oh, Hazer does a power ranking once a month,
that's kind of
I
sick.
think, or once every other month or whatever.
I don't know. I'd be down to do it more often. I think it's an interesting talking point. Um,
Oh, his next one should be coming out in a week or
I
so.
actually forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, like I think like inbound's issue, right? Is like inbound plays aggressive supports better, but like Zapman doesn't necessarily play that way, and I think that's why they've struggled in duo a lot right now. But I think like they'll get it together and it will come along. But right now, I think that's why they've had a lot of issues.
Yeah, no, Zapman's completely forgot what it means to be Zapman.
But that's kind of our power rankings. I don't have anything else to add there. Do you have anything else you want to add before I move on to the next topic that I had?
I think we just about hit it.
Okay, so my other topic that I want to bring up was there was more. So like last week I talked about some E3 announcements. There was more this week. If you didn't watch um, Nintendo, I thought they had a pretty good presser. They announced Breath of the Wild 2. They showed a trailer for it. Looks awesome. They showed the first Metroid like 2D platforming game in 19 years called Metroid Dread. That looks really good.
Looks kind of sick.
WarioWare, which my wife loves and Luke loves. They announced new WarioWare. They announced Super Mario Party All Stars, which is like 100 of the best Mario Party games, and they brought back 5 of the N64 boards, and it's all online play if you want to play online. Um, so I thought it was pretty good, but like that was it. I that's all I have to say about that without going anything too crazy. Like just bringing up like the things that got announced. I thought those were cool. Um, there were some things I was hoping to see that we didn't, and that's okay. The other announcement that came out that wasn't directly related to Nintendo, but in some ways is Pokemon Unite is coming out next month on Switch, and then in September it's going to be on mobile, which is going to be the Pokemon MOBA, and I'm curious to see how that goes. Curious to see how it goes.
Pokemon MOBA.
Yeah, yeah,
How?
yeah.
Sounds interesting.
It's not played like a traditional MOBA. Like it
I
has
would
two lanes
imagine.
and like the whole middle part of the map's like a jungle type of thing. And
Oh,
then
that
like
sounds sick.
you like capture Pokemon, then you can evolve your Pokemon, and it has like instead of like towers that attack you, like there's like a score system. And your goal is like to score the most points within 10 minutes or ending the game. I don't know. It looks interesting. It definitely is like a spin on what we traditionally see as a MOBA. I will be playing it and streaming it, so
I will
there's
at
that.
least try it.
I did not come up with a good random question of the day. I thought of one earlier, but I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna have an easy answer for it or not.
Well,
What's
why
your
not ask?
what is your favorite smoothie?
At Smoothie King?
Just in general, yeah.
Okay, so what I ordered every single shift until yesterday was a Slim and Trim vanilla with peanut butter. I wouldn't put any stevia in it, and what else? I would toss a little bit of joint health in there. But yesterday or 2 days ago, I guess at this point, this guy comes in. He's like, "Yeah, I'll have a chocolate gladiator with almond butter and dates." I'm thinking, sounds kind of funky. And then he's like, "Oh wait, can I also add banana and cinnamon to that?" It's like, even funkier. So then my coworker makes it, pours it. The guy's like, "Yeah, that's pretty good." So I'm like, he's like, "Try a little bit." So my coworker pours a little in a kid's cup, tries it, and he's like, "That tastes like cinnamon toast crunch."
Yo, that sounds
So
sick.
I made it yesterday for myself. That was my shift smoothie. It was sick. I made it again today. I did it with peanut butter yesterday. I did it with almond butter today. I'm not sure which I like better. Peanut butter blends better in my opinion, so I might just stick with that. But like, it's kind of underrated. It kind of slaps. It was very good,
If I wasn't allergic to bananas, I'd be about it.
dude. You don't have to put banana in there.
I might have to give that a go. That sound like cinnamon toast crunch. Sign me up.
Yeah, do the chocolate gladiator with dates, almond butter, and cinnamon. and it should. You could put frozen yogurt in there if you want it to have like body that the banana that it's lacking because of lack of banana. You can
Yeah.
do that.
I don't know.
I think that could be kind of sick.
I took Luke yesterday, and Luke's like, I want to get my own smoothie, and I'm like, okay.
What did he get?
So like he wanted the berry punch, which is what I usually get because like it's easy for me to order that and not have to do any edits,
Mm-hmm.
which I always enjoy. And then I'm like, hey, he really likes watermelon. Like, hey, they have a watermelon extreme, and he was like, I want that. So I order it for him. He's telling me how good this is. Keep in mind, he barely drinks any of it. Okay, like he did drink a good bit. I mean, he's 6, but he barely drank any of the 32-ounce thing. So it's sitting in the freezer right now, so that we can drink it later. Um, but like, I tried it, dude. That thing tastes pretty good. It's almost like has like a bubblegum esque type flavor to it. I don't know. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Um, so other than that, I have some upcoming news. We will have a tournament announcement coming up. As a heads up, I'm waiting on full details for that, but we will have a tournament of sorts for that. We'll be advertising here at the podcast. We'll probably end up playing in it as well. But tournaments coming up. We'll get more details to you once we have them. And then I am going out of town on Tuesday, and I will not be back till the following either Monday night or Tuesday morning. So there's not going to be an episode next week, just as a heads up. If you're listening, there'll be a week hiatus. I would suggest go listening to the Backliners new episode during that hiatus. Even if you're not listening, even if you are listening to us during the week, the Backliners is also a really good podcast to go check out. As far as shout outs, go check out the Real Witching Hours. They stream on Twitch from 9:30 to 11:30 every night at a minimum. They also do YouTube, so go check them out. Other than that, I don't think I have any other shout outs to do. Shout outs to all the dads out there for Dad's Day.
Oh, for real.
Boom. Got him. That's what it was. I did it. I did the thing.
Including Dadbot.
Including Dadbot, who drives me insane every time I type time and he types in after it.
Oh yeah, I was reading through what I missed in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
In the school Discord server. Feel free to check that out.
Yeah, there's links in the
shameless plug.
Link in the description. Yeah.
Yeah, and every other message was Dadbot just copy pasting what you said.
Yeah, dude, Dadbot can kick rocks. That's kind of how I feel about it right now.
I got a kick out of reading through it.
I like, enjoyed it. Dadbot's gonna drive me insane. I almost started deleting Dadbot messages just to clean it up a little bit because I was like, he keeps typing everything I say. It is literally driving me nuts. But all right, that's it. That's all I got. So we're out of here. Bye.
Peace.
Dude, I feel like that was a solid episode.